Welcome to the fucking show. Welcome to the fucking show. Nobody's watching it, we already know. But welcome to the fucking show. That's not breaking news. CIA took JFK. Imagine what they'll do to you. Every other lip's a pedo. Don't tell me what the fuck to say. Warlock tranny robots coming for my DNA. Yeah. Welcome to the fucking show. Welcome to the fucking show. Nobody's watching yet, we already know. But welcome to the fucking show. Son, wanna open up a portal to hell, yeah. Yeah. Big Pharma got another fucking drug for sale, yeah. Yeah. Alex Jones was right, what can I say? Yeah, not about everything, but they're turning all the fucking frogs gay. Yeah! Welcome to the fucking show. Welcome to the fucking show. Nobody's watching yet, we already know. But welcome to the fucking show. Welcome to the fucking show. Welcome to the fucking show. Nobody's watching yet, we already know. But welcome to the fucking show. Welcome to the fucking show. Nobody's watching yet, we already know. But welcome to the fucking show.
Well, good afternoon. We should be live on YouTube, TikTok, Kick, and X. We have still not figured out Rumble, but to be honest, I haven't put a whole lot of effort into it since yesterday. So for those of you out there watching in the future, thanks for watching. As you can tell by the song, we know no one's watching right now. So I guess first thing I want to share with you guys, is this. So I voted today. The line was not long. It was pretty quick, pretty easy. Saw a lot of bumper stickers, saw a lot of people representing their candidate, which some of it was quite funny. But yeah, and it was a paper ballot. You know, you go in and you mark the little dot there, and that was it. So it was quick and painless. Get out and vote early. That's my advice, because who the fuck knows what's going to happen on Tuesday, or what I think it's Tuesday. Next Tuesday is voting day. So yeah, we're less than a week now. Shit. And so a couple things we're going to talk about. It's not going to be a long show like last night. Just kind of a quick hitter. Just want to get some shit out there, talk some shit. So last night I was talking about the congressman. Let's see, Raskins. So I was trying to find a clip for you guys. I've got it. So we're going to take a look at that now. Let's get these old shit headphones on real quick. All right. There we go. Let me share this with you guys. And we should have volume. Everything should be good. So let's see here. All right. Let's give it a go.
On the side of the freedoms and equality of the American people, but the court is not going to save us. And so that means the only thing that really works is people in motion amending the Constitution. But again, it's necessary, but it's not sufficient, because what can be put into the Constitution can slip away from you very quickly. And the greatest example going on right now before our very eyes is Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which they're just disappearing with a magic wand, as if it doesn't exist, even though it could not be clearer what it's stating. And so, they want to kick it to Congress. So it's going to be up to us on January 6, 2025, to tell the rampaging Trump mobs that he's disqualified. And then we need bodyguards for everybody in Civil War conditions, all because the 9 justices, not all of them, but these justices who have not many cases to look at every year, not that much work to do, a huge staff, great protection, simply do not want to do their job and interpret what the great 14th Amendment means. And I'm glad that Sherilyn's creating her new center so we can bring that back to life, even as we're continuing to amend the Constitution, as Professor Hassan
So the first hiccup right there, my mic was muted. Luckily, we didn't go too long. But this is what I'm talking about. This guy has his own plan. He just told you what he wants to do, right? This is not some conspiracy I went and dug up on 4chan here. This is a guy that's got his mind made up what he wants to do, no matter what you vote for, no matter what the election looks like. He thinks Trump's disqualified, right? Yeah. Well, hopefully I'm not muted anymore, champ. We should be good to go. Welcome to the show, by the way. So Jamie here, I believe that's his name, Jamie Raskins, has basically decided that he knows better than the voters. He's going to use the 14th Amendment, I guess, to do it. I don't know exactly. I know this is probably part of a longer clip. But a lot of people apparently don't know about this. They don't know that there's people out there that are, in government that are already planning for, if Trump wins, what they're going to do to try to stop him. So again, I just got a bad feeling about this. It's not as if, Trump wins the election and these people just say, well, okay, the people have spoken. Now it's time for us to, go along with Trump's agenda or try to resist legislation or whatever it is they want to do, within the rules. That's not what's going to happen. These people are going to just try to flip this country upside down because apparently whatever they're doing behind closed doors is so bad that they just can't let Trump get back in office with all these outsiders he wants to bring in, or the J.D. Vances and the people who want to clean up the government. They can't let those prying eyes see what it is they're doing. And I'm sure it's going to have a lot to do with Ukraine. I am sure it has a lot to do with Ukraine. In my view, this is not a war to free Ukraine from Russia. This is where they're testing weapons on the battlefield. They're trying to do their best to deplete Russia's army and their forces and their equipment, try to bankrupt them. And they're laundering money. That's what the whole war in Ukraine is about, whether you like it or not. So, but I wanted to show you guys this clip because this is what they want to do. They don't care if it's 75% for Trump. I don't care if he wins by 300 some odd electoral votes. I think they've just got a plan in place and they're going to stick to it. And I think what we've seen over the last 3 years was part of their plan, using lawfare against Trump. So, and I'm probably a lot of people watching that root that shit on, that are like, yeah, lock him up, he's a criminal, he's a crook, he's a racist. But all these things just became a deal when he started running for president, because he was on The Apprentice for 12 fucking years and he was doing his thing. No one called him any of those things then. He wasn't a criminal then. So the lawfare we've seen over the last 3-4 years, I suspect that's just an indication of what we're going to see if Trump wins this election. So I guess you could say I'm just out here warning everybody, I don't think this is going to go so smooth. I just don't. I hope it does. I pray it does. I voted. Let the will of the people be heard. And you know what? If Harris wins, so be it. I guess we'll just deal with whatever the fuck's going to happen, which we know what the fuck's going to happen, right? It's going to be the same thing we've been dealing with the last 4 years, because she's not actually a candidate. She's just a figurehead of the machine. So, but thanks everybody for watching, for coming in and checking me out. So I'm gonna play this one more time for people who are just coming in here, because I think it's important.
On the side of the freedoms and equality of the American people. But the court is not going to save us. And so that means the only thing that really works is people in motion amending the Constitution. But again, it's necessary, but it's not sufficient, because what can be put into the Constitution can slip away from you very quickly. And the greatest example going on right now before our very eyes is Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which they're just disappearing with a magic wand, as if it doesn't exist, even though it could not be clearer what it's stating. And so, they want to kick it to Congress, so it's going to be up to us on January 6, 2025, to tell the rampaging Trump mobs that he's disqualified. And then we need bodyguards for everybody in Civil War conditions, all because the 9 justices, not all of them, but these justices who have not many cases to look at every year, not that much work to do, a huge staff, great protection, simply do not want to do their job and interpret what the great 14th Amendment means. And I'm glad that Sherilyn's creating her new center so we can bring that back to.
Well, this mob you speak of, I don't know if you know how many of them there are. But if you do that shit, bro, if you actually try to do that shit, I can't even imagine what will happen to this fucking country. I just can't imagine. People will not be able to handle it. They went out, they voted, they campaigned, they got the guy they wanted in there, and you just come in like you know better than everybody, like you're some kind of fucking genius, you're some scholar. And you just come in here and you say, you know what? We know better than you. This man's disqualified because we fucking say so. After all the shit they've tried with these court cases, lawsuits, these women, this Jean Carroll chick, if you believe that chick, I'm sorry, you're a retard. If you actually believe that chick and her story and believe it's fair that, she got like hundreds of billions of dollars out of Trump, then you're fucking retarded. And no one can help you. I can't help you. Because you're just a go along to get along kind of person. There's a lot of y'all out there too. You guys have no fucking guts. You have no balls. You just want to be accepted. You just want to go along. You guys got to stop that shit. Fuck, you got one life to live. Just gonna go along to get along your whole fucking life. I got something else I wanted to share you guys. So this is Rachel Maddow. Now this is from 2017, but this is important. I really wanted to show you guys this too because, well, we'll talk about it.
I don't know if you have seen this. I don't want to blindside you with this. This is the latest statement, latest tweet, as you were just saying. The president-elect's latest unsolicited pronouncement on the intelligence community. This was his tweet just a little while ago tonight. You see the scare quotes there. The intelligence briefing on so-called Russian hacking was delayed until Friday. Perhaps more time needed to build a case. Very strange. We're actually told, intelligence sources tell NBC News since this tweet has been posted, that actually this intelligence briefing for the president-elect was always planned for Friday. It hasn't been delayed. Look. But he's taking these shots, this antagonism, this taunting to the intelligence community.
You take on the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you. So even for a practical, supposedly hard-nosed businessman, he's being really dumb to do this.
What do you think the intelligence community would do if they were motivated?
I don't know, but
I'll tell you what the fuck they did was everything we've seen since then. For Christ's sake, man, this guy went on national television. And let me tell you something about Chuck Schumer. This guy's nobody's fucking pal out here. Left, right, Republican, Democrat. This guy's not your fucking friend. I'm telling you. Him and his whole crew are not your friend. The McConnells, the Pelosi's, the Schumers, these old school... the folks that have come into office and enriched themselves, at our expense. They played the game. They played the system, These guys are not your friends. I don't know why the fuck you people keep voting for these asshats. But anyway, he just told you the intelligence community's got 6 ways to Sunday to fuck you over. That's who's running this shit. That's who's running the executive branch right now. And I don't give a fuck. That's just the truth. I advise folks, and I haven't watched it. I intend to. But I've seen, so go check out it's not Tucker Carlson's latest interview, but the one just before that. It's a former CIA officer. And I guarantee you she's saying the exact same fucking thing. So, what do you do about that? I know that the people in the intelligence community, they think they're patriotic. They think that, like I think this Jamie Raskins guy, in their head, they think they're saving the country, not destroying it. They think by trying to keep Trump out of office and trying to do all this weaselly shit, this lawfare and you know, everything that we've seen, they think that they're saving the country, that they're the good guys. You're not the good guys. You're fucking not. Like, you can't, there can't be rules. You have your own set of rules, right? You don't have to operate under our rules, our laws. That's just crazy. So there you got Chuck Schumer telling you the intelligence community's got 6 ways to Sunday to fuck Trump up. What do you think they didn't? You think they were like, it's okay. So I think a lot of people out there are just naive. They think everything's just so black and white, and you know, this is what we're dealing with. Now, I don't know what this is. I bookmarked it. So we're going to watch it together. How about that? Let's find out what the fuck this is together. I have no idea what this is. We're just doing shit, right? We're just fucking hanging out. I see we got people in the chat on a couple platforms. I can't keep up with that shit. I love y'all. Thanks for watching. Share this shit. Do something.
All of the trailer parks are all covered. All of the people up in West Virginia in the hills, they covered. They got them all the way there to Wall Street. He did that. And we sitting there talking about the white women. Forget the white women. They're going to do what they white men tell them to do. That's what they tell themselves. Yeah, and you know, they be smiling in your face. But they want to stay in charge. They Miss Ann. So I don't care nothing about them. I know we got to do what we got to do. That's my interpretation. All the trailer parks are all covered.
I don't even know what the fuck she's talking about. I fucking pay this shit no attention. What do we got here? Breaking IRS whistleblower involved in Hunter Biden tax case reveals IRS, DOJ, and FBI knew laptop was real immediately. Claim prosecutors demanded they not ask questions about Joe Biden ahead of 2020 election. And for those of you who don't know who this is, she is not your run-of-the-mill reporter. She's been around and she's respected on all sides. I haven't seen anyone fuck with this lady and question her credibility, and she's broken some big stories in her day. So it's 14 minutes long. I don't know. We're not going to watch the whole thing, and I'll probably get struck down. But let's see what this is. And by the way, I mean, no shit, they knew it was real, right? You had 51 former intelligence officers sign a fucking petition, and it was distributed far and wide by the news media. These 51 former intelligence officers state that the Hunter Biden laptop has all the hallmarks of Russian disinformation. And so Facebook censored it, Twitter censored it, everybody censored it. We don't want this to influence the election. Everybody knew it was real. And let me tell you something else. For those of you who haven't taken a gander at the shit that's on the Hunter Biden laptop, make sure your kids are put to bed. Make sure you close the door and ain't no kids behind you that can see what the fuck you're looking at, because you're going to see some evil shit. For those of you that still believe in evil, right? You're going to see some wicked, evil shit. And if you dig a little deeper, you'll see a lot of stuff in there about Joe Biden. Now, of course, they're not stupid, right? they're trying to mask words, mask terms, the big guy. But it's always been there for everyone to see. It's just the media suppressed it. So now it looks like we finally got some whistleblowers from within government who are coming out and saying, yeah, it was real. And they always knew it was real. So who did that? Who do you think did that? I'll wait. Who do you think did that? Who do you think set all that up to be squashed? Well, the hint is the people, that signed the document, the 51 former intelligence officers. That ought to tell you everything you need to know. Those 51 people just snitched on themselves, handed you a sheet of paper with their name on it and said, I'm part of the fuck team. I'm part of the team that's here to fuck you over. So go look at that list of names. I believe it was 51. Why 51? I don't know. Maybe it's some fucking esoteric. There's some people who stream on here. You can go ask about all that shit. But it just, all of this stuff, we forget all of these things as we're dealing with the now. We forget about Chuck Schumer telling us the intelligence community will get revenge on you if you fuck with them. We forget that. We forget that everybody censored the Hunter Biden laptop. I got banned for it. Yeah, I was on Twitter doing my thing just like everybody else, digging into it like, holy shit, what's this? Boom, ban, shut down. That's one of the reasons it's taken me so long to just get back active, really, is because it's just, you get shut down if you're talking about certain things that they don't want you talking about. But anyway, let's see what Catherine's got going on here.
What they call is sensitive investigations.
But sensitive investigation sounds like code for powerful elite people.
There's a list in the Internal Revenue Manual that says what a sensitive person is, and it's exactly that.
There was no question in your mind the big guy was Joe Biden.
We corroborated that the big guy was Joe Biden, yes.
We knew that the laptop was real. DOJ knew that the laptop was real.
FBI knew the laptop was real.
There were a lot of overt investigative steps that we were not allowed to take because we had an upcoming election.
When we were doing the interviews, the prosecutors specifically told us that they didn't want to ask about the big guy because they knew it was Joe Biden.
You came forward as whistleblowers. Your information was accurate, yet you're sitting here today with us alleging that you've been punished every step of the way by the government bureaucracy.
IRS has a smothering blanket on me, hoping that I quit, that they find some way to terminate me or commit suicide or something.
I recommend you go pick that up and watch it on your own. That's probably as much as I can get away with on here. Who do you think's behind that? Who would have all the power and all the connections? We're fucked. If this shit continues, we're absolutely fucked. It's never been this bad. It's never been like this. So, one of the big claims that's been made is Russian interference in our elections, right? They're blowing up certain things, certain stories, certain narratives, let's say, to try to influence people into voting a certain way, right? That's been a big deal. We've heard so much about it. What do you call this? What do you call it when an entity sends word out to all the platforms, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, whoever, all the big ones, and says, do not cover this story. Do not allow people to post things that come from this laptop. It's just amazing. I'm glad that has 9 million views on this video, though. It should have a lot more, right? I just don't know how people can look at this stuff and think this is normal politics. We're not. This is not normal fucking politics, folks. I hate to break it to you. This is not normal fucking politics. So, That happened in 2020, right? Basically 4 years ago, right? That's when this was going on, 4 years ago. What do you think's changed since then, since Joe Biden won the election? What do you think's taken place? Do you think it's been, they haven't been censoring other stories? My thought is that word came down from the same forces, that censored this story, this Joe Biden story. That those same forces. So it's the CIA, whatever you want to call it. Those same forces have only grown in power. They probably had the media under their thumb to not report that Joe Biden had dementia or Joe Biden's slipping and he's having to see doctors and shit. They're probably the ones that have sent the word out to start calling all Trump supporters Nazis. They're not just doing that, by the way, to make us feel bad. And that's why I'm talking about it. I think they're doing this as part of a bigger idea of what comes next. Bigger plan. Because it's very dehumanizing when, when you've got the Democrat nominee for president of the United States calling half of the country a bunch of Hitler-loving Nazis, that's dehumanizing. That's meant to dehumanize us in the eyes of all of her followers and voters. That's what I think. You're supposed to be afraid of us, you see? We're bad people. And it couldn't be further from the truth, Most, I think, people on my side of the aisle just want to be left the fuck alone. We just want to be left the fuck alone. We want our freedom. We don't want you butting into all our bullshit. We want to be able to build something and grow some stuff. Pretty fucking simple. But here we are. This guy. Let's give it about 30 more seconds. I'm curious.
And I'm up against a machine that has millions of dollars, that has the ability to fight me.
People have to have confidence justice is going to be administered fairly, regardless of who you are.
And that woman is indeed a national treasure. She was all over the Hunter Biden story. She's been on a lot of stories, and I don't know if she's still with CBS. I think CBS, they couldn't have real journalism on there. They were like, look, this chick's actually reporting the news. We got to get her out of here. So my guess is she's no longer working at CBS, but I could be wrong. I'm not, but I could be. So, I mean, I'm glad I clicked on that because it's just more evidence of what I'm, what you think the IRS is just, there's the people at the head of the IRS that are just doing that to them, right? No, man, it's the FBI, it's the IRS, it's the CIA, it's the NSA. They got you locked in. They can do whatever they want to you at this point. Almost. They can almost do it. I don't think we're quite there yet where they can just lay the hammer down on anybody and silence them completely. But we're certainly inching towards that. It feels like every time I say CIA or FBI or NSA, I get a little, my palm started sweating for a second. I was like, man, fuck that. We say whatever the fuck we want to say. That's what we should be saying. Let's say whatever the fuck we want to say, But yeah, so I would go watch that report for sure. And I guess the New York Times is going after a bunch of conservative journalists. I know Tucker Carlson was contacted. I guess this guy, Benny Johnson, was contacted. So I'm going to look into that a little further. But, and I did hear that, as you see on the screen here, Trump is breaking tradition by privately funding his own transition team. So he's ready to go. He's ready to hit the ground fucking running. There's not going to be no build up. There's not going to be no interviews. This shit's going to be done if he gets elected. He just comes in, boom. All you guys are fired. My people are in. Do what we talked about, guys, and send them off. That's what I'm thinking. But what time we got here? Yeah, so I don't want to go much longer, but I'm just going to tell you straight up what I think is going to happen. I think Trump is going to win in a pretty big landslide. That's what I think. But I don't think that's going to be the end of it. I think there's going to be all sorts of talk of fraud and is he qualified to run to be president? Like we saw the Jamie Raskins thing he was talking about. We're going to see that. I just think we're going to see fucking chaos. These people are going to go kicking and screaming, and they'll take us all down with them. You know, look, the intelligence community has no trouble interfering in elections overseas and overthrowing governments overseas. It's not too big a stretch to say that, hey, just don't say it can't happen here. Because a lot of us said, oh, that kind of shit can never happen here. And then 2020 happened, right? And suddenly you couldn't go shopping anymore. So it can happen. But I did my part. I voted. You should go out and vote. And hope for the best. Because we're in for a rough ride. So I will be back tomorrow night, probably a little earlier. We're going to do this every day until election day. And then election night, I'm going to be live with some friends. And we're going to get absolutely fucking wasted. And talk shit and watch this whole thing unfold live. Because, look, whatever happens on election night, after that, I'm just going to sit here and watch it with you. Sit here and we'll just watch Rome burn together. So, let's see here. Get my big ugly mug back up here. So yeah, for those of you tuning in on various platforms, actually let me check one of them here before we go. TikTok. What's up, TikTok family? Are we out there? All right. Well, I think we're out there on TikTok land. So, what's up, TikTok? All right. All right, guys. It was just a quickie. Everybody likes quickies. So, you guys have a great night.